You have heard of the saying, if we picked money from trees, everybody would be rich. Well, here is a story of a man who picked his future wife from a tree. This is the story. The story takes place in Mabindi town. In this town, we have a guy called Makedo. Makedo is a 28-year-old farmer. I'm not so sure if we can call him a farmer because he rears only one hen. Every time the hen lays eggs, Makedo eats them and always makes sure leaves one egg which then later hatches into a chick. When the chick is born, he eats the mother chicken. Then he rears this young one till it matures and he repeats the cycle. I know, he is weird. On the other hand, there's a girl called Ndeka. Now, Ndeka is not a bad girl. I mean, she's not the type of girl that would leave you mesmerised. She is not... Look, what I'm trying to say is, Ndeka is not pretty. Yes, I said it. She is not good-looking. Anyway, besides all that, she is such an attraction in the town. This is so disturbing to the real pretty ladies of Mabindi town. She has nothing special on her, yet she holds more attention than any lady in the town. Here is the thing. Whenever Ndeka is single, she attracts so much attention, she is always on everyone's mind. Men, women, children, even the livestock gazes at her. But the problem starts here. When she gets in a relationship, it breaks up so quick. The reason is, when she has a man in her life, she and her man immediately become irrelevant to the society. As an African, acknowledgement is very important. The only way a man can restore his acknowledgement is to end the relationship with her. Remember Makedo, the farmer with one hen? He has his own version of this problem. It's the inverse of Ndeka. He is very invisible to the society when single. He is so off-grid, sometimes his own people forget about him. One time his mother forgot who he was, and she screamed out loud for help, thinking he was a thief. She screamed until people mobbed him thoroughly. Whereas, when he gets a girlfriend, he is the most popular man in town. So popular, he makes churches empty on Sunday, living pastors jealous. He has people's mothers and men's wives come obsess with him. Makedo is not really a famous type of guy. He prefers to leave peacefully. But his girlfriends love attention, hence the breakup. Now we have two opposite lifestyles. Ndeka wants someone who can love her for who she is, and Makedo wants a woman who is ready to leave a simple yet private life far from the chaos. One day things got out of hand for Ndeka. Her family wanted her to get married. Her auntie wanted a grandchild so badly. But Ndeka was tired of getting dumped every often whenever she walked the streets of Mabindi town. The women pressured her to get a man and lock him down so they can have peace in the town. Things got so intense, people started to demonstrate. I mean, people made placards with words written on, urging her to get married and stay away from people's minds. Ndeka decided to run away from all this weird chaos. She literally ran away to a bush far from the town and climbed a tree to hide from the sight of anyone. She said to herself, "The man that finds me here will be the one." Very determined, she was not going to step down for any reason until a man could locate her. 3 days passed, and for some reason our guy, Makedo, started to cough. He was grazing his one hen. When I tell you this guy was weird, I mean it. He had a string attached to his hen. Something you would do with a dog, but we are talking about Makedo here. So, he was grazing his one hen, and he started to yawn. In the process, a fly entered his mouth and he started coughing. Bro started coughing so much that he let go of the string attached to his hen. This was like a miracle for the hen. It seems the hen was badly waiting for the moment it could run away from this guy. The little birds started to run, being the only thing keeping Makedo on farmer status. He could not let it slide just like that. The chase begun. Around the compound, over the house, uphill, downhill, through the church, through the mosque, through the market, through the busy road to a place far from Mabindi town. Makedo found himself in a bush. He was very tired. He really wanted to give up. But he had to revive his status as a farmer. The only animal on his farm was a hen, and it had escaped. There's no way he was going to be a commoner. What would he tell his farmer friends? He decided to take a rest so he can strategize on how to recapture his hen. By the way, the hen was standing just opposite him, but he couldn't catch it because it was too fast for him. Makedo decided to get some fruits from the trees in the bush. He picked interest in a mango tree and decided to eat some. These mangoes were so sweet. Makedo got an idea. What if he just took the seeds and planted mango trees in addition to his one hen? That sounded like a very good idea. It would definitely raise his status in the farming community. So he started eating and pocketing the seeds. Very overwhelmed by the sweetness of these fruits, he started to pick them and store in his shirt so he can share with his people on his way back to town. In the process of fruit picking, he pulled one that was stuck. It seemed it was not willing to get off the tree. Pulled with all his might, and shockingly, it was not just a fruit. He pulled down a whole human being. This human being was Ndeka. She had fallen asleep on the mango branch while holding a mango. 3 days had passed since she climbed the tree. She was hungry and feeling weak. Makedo grabbed her mid-air and both fell to the ground, with her seated on Makedo. Makedo asked why she was sleeping on a tree. She asked him why he pulled her down. But Bro started to explain the whole story of how he swallowed a fly and his hen escaped, so he was looking for his hen. Then he found her. This narration took some time. Makedo is very good at making a big scene from nothing. So after so many hours of stranger talk, Makedo decided they should go back to town together. But Ndeka refused. She said people will be distracted and the town is better without her. Makedo explained to her he was the irrelevant person in the town. If they moved together, no one would care about her. She decided to trust him basing on her instincts. I mean, he is the guy who found her from the tree. Maybe he was the chosen one. As they started their journey back to Mabindi town, Makedo's one hen showed up and decided to follow them peacefully. They both laughed and got something extra to talk about on their journey back home. When they arrive in Mabindi town, something had changed. Makedo was not invisible to people. Ndeka was not attracting anyone. In fact, it's like they had synchronized. They complemented each other. People saw them and they talked to them very casually like normal people. They were both confused. Since both of them were ready for marriage, they decided to take the necessary measures and get the wedding plans underway. This is destiny, two opposite sides complementing each other. Love is real. Makedo found purpose in Ndeka, and Ndeka found peace in Makedo. He stopped eating all the eggs and decided to multiply his chicken as well as grow his mangoes. A few years later, he was the main source of chicken in the whole town. With good care and loving, Ndeka was glowing and finally got the respect from other women. She was no longer unpleasant. She was looking gorgeous. It's true what they say. Love can bring out the inner beauty hidden inside you. Makedo and Ndeka lived happily, and no one bothered to interfere in their relationship, as their breakup would heavily affect the town's stability. Thank you so much. This is Aigai Storyman. Like and share with everyone that loves a good story.